Okay, so we have. So in the news, we got Harry and Meghan. Let's click this and see what it's all about. So, okay, so this is what I kind of understand from it. I haven't read anything,
Okay.
but apparently they're tired of the whole royal status
Pretty much.
and they want to get out of it.
Yes.
So they want to move to Canada and be, I guess they just want to be left alone.
Yeah. So I haven't really read up on it either, but I heard on the radio that pretty much the same thing. They don't want to be involved with the royal family anymore. It's a little bit too much. They're saying it's probably more her than him, but that he's also very down to earth and very, I guess, not in the spotlight. So they kind of want to just get away from that. And they said that when they went to like some premiere, he approached some producer or something in Disney World and kind of was like,
Wait, he did?
He did, and was kind of like betting his like wife off, like, oh, you know that Meghan could do voiceovers and stuff. She'd be great for like whatever you have coming up. And so apparently it worked. It worked because apparently they are going to use her for something. They didn't say exactly what. I have no idea. I haven't looked it up. This is just what I heard. And
so he just showed up.
well, I guess they were at the premiere of whatever it was. I don't know.
And he's like, hey, by the way,
and
I'm the
he
prince.
kind of like went up to the guy, and they were saying on the radio that they thought it was a little bit too much just because of the fact that he was kind of like interrupting the person. But apparently it
was
worked.
he drinking? Was he like like Care Bear? Like he's like, oh,
I think they were like on the red carpet still. So, well, apparently she's going to do something, and then the whole idea also is that they're also going to donate.
So
to
they can't.
One of
So
her,
she can't do like voiceover work or acting work while she's a princess, or sort of a
I
princess.
don't know if that's the case.
'Cause
I'm
I don't see why you
assuming-
can't just
I
double
don't
dip.
see why you can't either, but maybe they don't want that because I don't know. Maybe she'll do something that is not
Dude, the queen's looking good though.
royal enough. I don't know.
Queen's looking pretty good. I wonder if she did that whole Sandra Bullock face treatment.
Oh my
The
gosh,
penile face.
that's another
treatment.
subject. That's another day. That's horrible. I don't even
Literally, you could tell like,
know.
is that
words.
him?
Yeah, that's him.
He's like, hey, Granny. Remember that favor I asked you a long time ago for?
Like I still need to keep my trust fund,
Yeah.
even though I want to move to Canada.
By the way, I'm still in the will, right?
Yeah,
she's
I
like,
wonder.
I don't know.
I wonder if they'll
I don't know.
kick him out of the will.
I don't know how that
You
works.
leave the royal family, right? I don't know.
think you're like, it's not annexed. Well, you're not banished. It's not like you're
banned from the family.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
He kind of looks like what's the name of that singer? Ed Sheeran.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it Ed Sheeran there?
a little bit, yeah. So you didn't let me finish. See,
Well, what? I
this is
thought you
what we're
did
going to have to
finish.
practice here. Yes, no, I was saying that. So apparently she's going to get the job, but also the whole thing is she's also going to donate to a charity, but it's a charity that she apparently has love for, and it's about like I think saving the elephants or something to that effect is what I heard. So that's kind of nice at least.
So they're moving to Canada to save the elephants in Africa and India?
Well, she's
I guess
donating
you
to
can do
the
it from
charity.
far. Yeah, you can Skype,
But,
you can FaceTime nowadays.
But yeah, so we'll see. I guess I'm sure if we Google it, we can find out if
Oh, so this
for
is the
sure
question.
she is going to be in a Disney movie.
I guess.
voiceover.
Well, she would be a legit princess, right?
Yeah, that
Like
is
she
true.
would be a
A
princess.
legit princess
in
is
a
doing the
princess
voice.
movie.
Yeah, that would be kind of
That's
cool.
that's a good
kinda
one
cool.
for Disney.
Yeah.
So will they keep their titles? Royal observers noted in the informal way that the Queen referred to the couple in her statement. Ooh, so she's not even saying it now. She's like just first name basis.
Harry and Meghan.
Mm,
That's it.
damn.
And the how do you pronounce that? The Sussexes?
Sussex, Sussex. I don't know.
Replace the more formal Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which is usually used in communication from the palace.
I don't know what to think. You see, I do value privacy, so I can kind of understand where they're coming from, and they want to just be, like do their own thing, and especially for him. I mean, he's grown up with it,
Yeah.
and it's got to be hard to live that whole life. And they already have a kid, right?
I don't know if she had the baby already, but I think she was pregnant, right? I don't know. I don't really
Well,
follow
if she doesn't already
them,
have
honestly.
a kid, there's
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I
there's one on the way
also,
for sure. So you want to keep that. Do you want to have that baby grow up in the same environment? Which obviously is not a bad environment, but it's just you're so.
I mean, you have the best of the best schools for them, everything, because it's given to them. But I can understand also, um, he's not next in line at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
he's like a
So what are
runner
you
up.
waiting for? I mean,
There's got to be a
it's not
lot
like you
of.
have to stay there because you're next in line. So for him, it's a little easier to go ahead and just, want to separate himself from it.
Yeah.
Also, she was an actress when they met. She had this whole other life. Maybe that's a hard transition from doing whatever you wanted and being an actress to all of a sudden you're the Duchess or whatever it is, the
Yeah, but
princess.
it's not like she didn't know what she was getting into.
No, you knew what you were getting into, but
So,
knowing and actually being in it are two different things.
of course, of course. But I'm sure she asked, and I'm sure there was a lot of. I'm sure she thought about it ahead of
Well,
time.
you have to think about it,
Um,
but again, knowing what you're getting into and actually going through it and seeing how that family is and how they're treating you. I mean, we don't know the details of what they're feeling when they're there. There has to be a reason why they're deciding to.
Does he have to show up and do like appearances and like is he forced to go? Hey, look, the Queen says that you have to go to Norway or Africa or whatever it is to do something. So is he like under some sort of a job basically, or is
I know
he
that he
free
was.
and willing to do whatever he wants at
So I
whatever?
believe that he was in the military. I don't know if he's still in
But did
it. I don't
he?
know.
I heard that too. So, and from what I understand, I think he actually was. He wasn't like babysat. Like he
Right.
actually served.
Yeah, I believe he served.
It wasn't like oh,
And
like you're in the military, but you're like
you're
behind a
the
desk.
prince, so
You
just
know, I
stay back there.
think
Yeah,
he
no, I
did some
think he
stuff.
actually served. I know that he does a lot of like it's not community service, but a lot of help with charities and things like that. And like hands-on, I've heard he's very hands-on. Like he'll go visit like the kids and stuff like that, different things that he's in. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what he does now. I don't know if he's still in the military. Again, I don't really follow them, honestly. I'm a horrible uh, example of this conversation because I really don't follow them. I mean, I'll hear things here and there and I'll listen to it, but it's not something that
I think she might have pushed for this.
I
I think this was probably in her plan
yeah.
all along. I think she might have been thinking like, look, I'm gonna like if there's nothing I can do, then it's not a bad life and it is what it is. But if I can kind of like chew on his ear a little bit, maybe I can get him to do this or that. Maybe she already saw that he was like very like a little bit split apart in some way. And maybe she was like,
Who
oh,
knows?
if I just push, if I just do this just enough,
It could
maybe
be,
he'll
but
break the chain.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, and maybe him too. Maybe he, like you
But they're
said,
saying that the queen is supportive. She says that she's entirely supportive, it says. So,
I mean, what
I
can
mean,
you say
again, he's not
nowadays?
next in line. So why wouldn't she be supportive?
Unless
It's
he
it's his
goes,
grandmother. I mean, I would be supportive. It's not like he's next in line and he has to like, run. And I mean, what do they even do? Why do they still even have a queen
I
over
don't know.
there?
What if he went apeshit and he went like completely Game of Thrones, and he started like taking care of everyone? He's like, what's the name of the kid? That one crazy, Lucifer?
Oh my
No, not
God.
Lucifer.
That's a different show.
John this?
I'm horrible at names and shows.
Joffrey.
Joffrey. Oh my
What
gosh.
if he?
I
But he doesn't seem
not
like a
like
Joffrey. He
that
seems like a cool
character.
kid. He seems like a
No,
cool
he
guy.
seems super nice and
So
super,
if he was
they
a
say he's super
Joffrey,
down to earth.
I'd be worried about that.
Yeah.
But this is not bad. I mean, I can relate with this 100% because I would be, like you said, I mean, there's no real ties to me. So so I'm him. My older brother is already the dude. He already has a kid or two. So I would have to like axe, like,
Yeah, like
it would be
it's going to your
crazy.
brother, and then it's going to one of their kids.
So why not just kind of like bow out and do your own thing and just look, you have a beautiful wife with likely a kid.
I think that's what they're doing, and apparently
and
they're
just
going to.
live your life, go to Canada.
But
And
it's saying that they're going to spend their time half in Canada, half in the UK. So.
I'm sure he can do whatever he wants.
Oh. And then the funny thing to me, honestly, I think it's funny because they're saying that the Prime Minister of Canada says that most Canadians are very supportive of having the royals in the country, though he added that there are discussions going on. Like, what is there to discuss? They're not going to run Canada. They're not going there to become royal. Like all of a sudden, Canada's going to have
He puts his flag
royalty.
down, takes over.
They're just moving there. I don't know.
I mean,
feel like what's the discussion? Let the guy live over there if he wants to.
Yeah, I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I mean, it's. I think this might be the first time this happened.
I think it is. I think
If
that's
it's not
also
the
why
first
they're
time,
making
then
it
it's
such
the
a
first
big
time in a long
deal.
time. So I kind of agree with it, and I don't give a crap if we support it or not, but I support it. I give it my thumbs up because screw it, man. Do your own thing. Be you.
Scroll back because I was kind of like skimming on the financial. It's saying
There.
yeah, it says another unanswered question is pretty much is how the pair plan to support themselves. One, I'm sure they're not going to leave him with like no money at all. Two, she came with some money because she was an actress. So it's not like they're broke.
Yeah, but it's not the same lifestyle.
No, it's definitely not. You know
That's
what
not
you're
the-
getting into,
it's
but
not the
it's not
same.
like they're poor. You're not going from like royalty to like
Yeah, he's
living
not,
in a shack or something.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go to
You know
like
what I mean?
like a.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
it would
sure-
be cool if he went to like a suburban home and just lived.
Well, it says that they
like
want.
bought us like a Subaru and just kind of like drove his kids to school and back. And
Well, it says that
that's
they
what
want to
did.
work to become financially independent. They value the ability to earn professional income. So she probably wants to get back into her acting, and I'm not sure what he will do. But
Well, he can do anything. He can be just do
well,
talks
if they have
like a
some
speaker. And,
well,
and
not only
earn
that,
a
but if they
decent
have
amount
some
of
money, they can get into real estate too. So there's different
so
ways
many
of them
things
to
they can
grow
do,
their
yeah.
money. Yeah.
Well, the thing
Plus,
is,
he's a king. He can come up with like a line, come up with like a clothing line or something, and people will buy it. I'm
well,
sure.
he's not the king.
Well, whatever. Prince.
He's not even a prince. He's like a
The Dutch, I think. No, Dutch and Duchess. I
no.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what these.
Point is, he's royalty. Come up with a clothing line.
She's the.
It'll sell.
No, Charles is. Who knows?
It'll sell. They'll be fine.
It'll sell. He's a replaced the formal. So Duke. He's a Duke.
Duke. What did I say? Dutch.
She's a
This
duchess.
is how much I know of the royal family.
Chain.
Chain.
Family math.
So, my
That's
family math of
Terrible
the,
family math.
the queen and king is your family math in life. That's another subject.
The Royal Highness. I don't know. I think I support it. Do your own thing. Be you. What will they do?
Oh, look, well, it says when Diana and Charles divorced, she relinquished the title, Her Royal Highness, the Queen stayed.
Well, yeah, because Charles was the
Yeah, he was the king,
the prince.
the prince. Shouldn't have changed so much that Harry and Meghan.
When was the last time they had a king?
Ooh, I don't even think, because, well, was Queen Elizabeth, well, yeah, she was obviously married, so I guess the king would have been her husband, but she was really the one, because she's the bloodline, she was really the one ruling or whatever it is that they do.
The Kingdom of England. I wish they had like a UFC ranking for the different
Of the
kings.
kings.
Um,
They should, right? They should have like a list of who was who.
List of English monarchs. The crown jewels. Ah. Oh, this is going back.
Whoa, it's really going back.
This
So it
is
was mostly
crazy, huh?
kings, I think, in the beginning, obviously.
Well,
Alfred the Great.
where do you even see some of this stuff?
Right there.
Oh, it is. 886. Good lord.
886 and 899. It was Edward the Elder.
So everybody had like a nickname, like the UFC.
Well, the next one doesn't. Then it just says Alfred. I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name.
Alf weird.
Ethelstan, King of the Anglo-Saxons. King of the
Damn,
English.
look at this guy's freaking his profile pic.
He looks sad. He's like, Where
like,
did all my honey go? It's like a
honey.
honey pot, like Winnie the Pooh
That's a
honey pot.
book, man.
Oh, is it?
That's an old
From
school.
this angle, totally looks like
That's
a
an
pot.
old school tablet.
Oh,
That's an
Lord.
iPad. He's got big hands, huh?
Why does he have a mask on?
Is that
It's
a mask?
weird. Oh.
Oh man, is that blackface? Nah, they didn't have that black then.
No.
Too soon. Oh, I think it's just fading.
I don't know.
It's just
It looks like he
fading.
has a mask on though, because the top part is not
Yeah.
black at all. Let's see.
Is this a Joker?
All right, let's
Like
go.
Jester?
Let's keep going scrolling.
You see,
down.
these things kind of like freak. Like whose artist interpretation is this? That my neck should be just like dislocated.
I don't know.
Who's this dude? The slippers are out of hand though. Are those like the new? Are those stockings
They look
or
like the ones that the
the
girls
ladies
are
wear,
wearing for
right? Like the gladiator
in
sandals.
well, yeah, they look like the gladiator sandals. Keep going.
So we have.
See, but then they have different ones, so
wait,
then
who's this? This is
this-
like a lady, right?
It does, yeah.
This
But
looks
go
like
back to the
Ethelred.
name.
Ethel?
Son. No, it says son of Edgar.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's a guy. Long
Swain.
hair, don't care. But then see, it says House of Denmark. So these are like different areas, though. So I guess you have to look for England. They're
Well,
in
because they
England?
had no, because this is like the monarchs. I believe the monarchs are like it's just like it's not the king itself. It's like different. We really should study up on the shit before we dive into it. The crown
really?
jewels. I feel like the crown jewel. Oh, no, that's legit. Damn. It's not like a Pokemon ball. That's crazy. Who came up with these things? Like,
I don't know.
so first of all, okay, so the crown kind of makes sense. Crown, you wear something on your head. You automatically
they recognize that that's
yeah.
the king or
It's
the
like a
queen
chessboard.
yeah.
You see the piece that has the
I guess
crown.
that makes sense.
It's
I don't get
they're-
like the
they're
balls for the other stuff.
I don't know.
The
Is
sticks.
it filled with something? Like is
Maybe
it
the
like
stick was when they got older, kind of like a baton. What's it called in English?
staff?
So close to-
I'm pretty sure it's called staff.
Is it?
So
Is it though? This is walking stick when I look up the translation. Cane. It's a cane, not a staff.
but what's the difference between a cane and a staff? I feel like a staff is more royal, right? Like Jafar from Aladdin had a staff and called it a cane. Edward the Black Prince. Ooh. That's interesting.
So a staff is a long, straight stick. So that might be a staff. And then a cane has a slender, flexible main stem that curves.
All right, so Elizabeth II in her regalia in 1953.
Whoa.
So you see she's like
I'll
holding
take
everything.
that.
So you
I
got to
don't know
carry
what
the
ball
whole
is.
thing with
Well,
you.
I think that's just for like when they're.
What's the ball,
I don't
though?
think it's the whole time. I think that's just like when they have their ceremony. That's probably like when
I
she
hear
had
you,
her
but
ceremony.
what's the ball?
I don't know what the ball is.
Papacies. Crown, jewels, Wikipedia. The crown jewels. It's not there on the right page, is it?
Way to go, babe.
Listen,
We need
we need an editor.
an editor sitting over there saying, pull it up,
Pull it up.
pull up that
Pull it
website.
up. Jamie.
All right, we
Like
need
Joe
a
Rogan
Jamie.
and Jamie.
We need a Jamie
Damn it,
in
Jamie.
our lives.
So
Fast forward. Eventually
There
we'll
we
have
go.
a Jamie.
So what's the ball?
I don't know. Does it have a name that we can
I'm
look
sure
up
it's
to see
not
what
ball.
it's called? Let's see.
But hold on, let me see. Round ball with a gold cross. It's a Tudor. Tudor.
The sovereign's orb
Was
is
the
a
orb?
piece
Yeah.
of coronation
Makes sense.
regalia. It was created
Regalia.
for the coronation of Charles II in 1661. from the royal goldsmith Robert Menier.
So that's
It
the
is
original
made
one?
of gold, yeah. Sapphires, rubies, emeralds, amethysts, diamonds, pearls, and enamel. Wow. It has been used at all coronations and events after the one of Charles II. Yeah, so I think it's just something that they use for the coronation. Since it was given to him, it's probably become like a tradition. That's all.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
That thing's got to be hella expensive.
Yeah, just because it's so.
It's
Aside
made
from
of
the
gold.
actual, aside from the actual fact that it's made from. Well, I
Yeah.
don't think it's solid. It's probably like.
Well,
It's probably like
regardless,
those. It's probably
it
like
opens
those.
up like a.
No, it's probably like those Easter bunnies of chocolate. They are like, oh my god, it's solid chocolate, and it's bullshit. It's just fucking.
There's nothing
It's just
inside.
freaking empty inside.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably just a hollow. What if it was solid? Good lord. I
It'll
don't
be
think.
heavy, right?
I don't know how heavy gold is, but I feel like.
I feel like it would be really heavy though if it was
Yeah.
like solid. And the poor queen's like has
Yeah,
a
she's
staff,
like-
a crown. You're like, hurry up and take the picture.
It's like sweating.
And that huge
Oh, look,
dress.
this
has-
dude again.
that dress has to be really heavy too. Maybe they just painted it like that back then.
I think it's just faded. Is that a rug?
I think it is.
It's an illuminated
It's
manuscript.
interesting.
That'd be a cool rug, though. Imagine you know, like you found this, like at a garage sale, and you laid it, and like, your dog's like all, like rolling in it, and it's worth like I don't know how
Somebody
many
would
millions.
probably sell it not realizing that that's
For
what
sure.
it is from here, unless they were like really into knowing the history over there.
Yeah. Oh, this dude's styling. Look at that.
Just totally you back then.
Probably.
Oh
Probably.
my god.
I love it. It's not a. It's like a vest slash.
Clothes back then was
Something.
definitely
What's up with the
interesting.
gloves?
I think they all wore gloves back then.
He's got tiny little hands. Look at that.
He does.
It's cute. Super
Maybe
cute.
he was short. Maybe he's not like that tall.
Look how tiny those hands are. He's got baggy Jenkos on.
They're like the Aladdin pants.
Yeah. Are they capris? Like, do they end?
I don't know. Or
They
maybe
might
those are
end there.
boots.
He has like those
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 are, they
stockings.
probably had boots.
boots.
I think they had boots on.
Mm. Did they have gel back then?
I don't even think they had shampoo and
Probably
conditioner.
had like whale blubber for like just slide it and everything. It's like, oh,
Wrong.
why?
I don't even think they had. When did shampoo and conditioner? When was that invented?
Pretty sure it's been
My
around for
God.
a while. Stashed
think?
over there.
Definitely didn't have beer oil.
He looks like a nice guy. Is that kind of like your ball nose?
Thanks, man. Maybe I'm related. Is he royal?
All you care about. I'll tell you exactly who that guy is. This is Charles the First.
Oh my goodness.
Let's tweet him. Portrait from the studio of Anthony Van Dyck or Dyke.
I can't see it from here.
D-Y-C-K.
I think Dyke.
Well, the guy, he died pretty young, huh?
Wow.
Craig.
Does it say how? Because back then, I mean,
Probably from like,
a sword fight or something.
dude, back then they would die from like like
Well, one,
scraping
they
your knee.
died, yeah,
scraping
different
your knee and you just.
things, but they
somebody
also were
sneezed on
like
it.
fighting all the time, no? So
I don't think this guy was fighting all the time. I don't think so. Look at that. He should have been fighting all the time with that. What is that? What's the technical
I don't
name for
know
this
what
thing?
they were back then.
The neck collar?
Well, moving on. This went from Meghan and Harry.
We're still
Harry?
in the Royals.
Is that the name?
Harry.
To the list of royals.
Harry. It sounds like that could be a sitcom.
Meghan
Like they
and
did
Harry.
that imagine they would mess it up and become like a reality show. All they do is fight all the time and just
I don't know how interesting they would be in a reality show.
people would watch.
Oh, people would definitely watch.
People watch
You know how many
garage
views
storage
just for their
units.
wedding? I don't know the number.
Go on.
But I know that it's a lot of people. A lot of people. Everybody was talking
Is
about it. It
this
was
the same
posted
dude?
everywhere.
No. Oh my
Even
God,
if I
that's him.
didn't want to watch it,
No,
like I had
that's
no
not
choice
him.
but to watch it.
Is that him?
No, that's a different.
Is that a
that's
hook?
Babe. Oh no, it says portrait by. I don't know who that is.
Dude, is that a hook? Like, is that Captain Hook? That looks like a woman.
Yeah, it looks like a woman.
Or very feminine. Charles.
It just says portrait, so I'm not
I
sure if
must
that was
know.
him or not.
Oh no, portrait of Robert Peake.
By Robert Peake.
Well, by Robert.
Yeah. So it's probably him. Looks different though than the other ones. Not a good artist.
Yeah, he looks.
Artist messed that
It's a
one
little
up.
confusing on that one.
See, because the other ones look more. Well, he also has facial hair in the other ones, so.
Religious conflicts. Oh, he's what? It's a beautiful horse. Look at this guy's face. He's like, oh, Charles, you're back. You forgot your helmet. My accents, by the way, don't listen to them. They're probably
Maybe
the
he
wrong.
just took his helmet from him. He just got back.
Horse is like, back off, bitch. That looks like the horse from Tangled. Even the horse has a good do, huh?
Yeah, man.
Did
Horse
they
has
iron?
better hair than I
Did they
do.
do that curler? Ironing curler? What's it called? Is that what it's
Curling
called?
iron.
Curling iron. Iron. I love the horse. Damn, you imagine like walking around this like metal snake skin armor thing.
Yeah,
What's
that's
up with that little
gotta be
stick?
super uncomfortable.
So this, it's just like a little stick, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a little staff, like a little bow. Not bow,
Smack people.
bo, like
with-
the peasants, like just like the
Just
peasants
smack him
are.
over the head.
Like, please, we're hungry.
Horrible.
Maybe he was like nicest guy. He actually.
I
made
think
everything-
unless you were rich in those days, I don't think I would want to live in those days.
Well, no. I'd rather be how I am in today's world
Yeah, for sure.
than rich back then.
Well,
It depends how rich.
you're this
You know the
guy.
problem is that they.
You were this guy. Done.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's still a hard life
don't know.
because
You see, the thing is, so would you go back to, what year is this? 1649, huh? And be one of the royals. You'd have basically whatever you wanted. Or would you be the way you are now, today? Would you stay the way you are, or would you go back then and be one of
I
the
think
royals?
I would still stay the way I am now because
I think so too.
I think that was a hard life even as a royal, just living in the world.
Well,
that
first
they
of all,
lived
there's
in.
no, like, let's say we go and we transport ourselves. Like, there's no medicine. I mean, there's medicine, but is it really even medicine? Like, they would drain your blood because, like, oh, you have a headache, huh? Like, tap into his skull with that little. So, yeah, I don't
accurate
know
that
how.
is.
From a migraine, I think that was one of the things that they had. Like, if you had a migraine,
1640s. This AC
if
is
you or
killing me.
continued, huh?
The AC is starting to.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
All right.
So, his royal prerogative. So, yeah, I would stay, to finalize that conversation, I would stay in today's world. Just the fact that we
Yeah.
have, like, iPhones nowadays and, like, technology and,
Yeah.
and the
Real life is
TV.
easier.
So much
Like
easier.
it's people complain. I mean, I complain. Everybody complains, but it's easier.
Dude.
I'd rather live in today's world than back
Today-
then for sure.
The world today is so much better.
Yeah.
You don't have to
I
worry
agree.
about being... Like, this dude had to worry about, like, hey,
People invading, trying to
Yeah.
take over his.
yeah, are the Scots
seat
coming?
or whatever.
Are the French coming? Are the Vikings gonna, well, I don't know if the
Kill my
Vikings were around back then.
family,
Yeah.
my friends.
Especially if you're like just a villager
Yeah.
somewhere and like some random group just comes
No,
in
and
and
the
starts
villagers,
raping your women.
like, and then if you were like a
plundering.
villager, I mean, there's no AC back then.
No AC.
Yeah.
Showers are like just few.
If you had money, you had like the bath, but not like.
You have 2 kids.
Yeah.
You may not be here right now.
Yeah, that too.
You may not
That's
be
it.
here right now.
Yeah.
I'd be a single dad.
Yep. Think about that.
That's rough. I'd be like a blacksmith or something. I'd be like, I don't know. That was a hard world. Early rain. Is there any more info on the Royals? Will they keep their
No.
titles? You know what fascinates me? That people are so fascinated by it.
Yeah, well, we're talking about it.
I know, and I don't even care.
I mean, either. I say let them live their lives, let them keep their names.
Every time I scroll up,
Again,
it
they're
looks
not
like they're about to
they're
kiss,
not
right?
in the
Look,
next seat.
look.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's his grandma.
okay, right there. You don't know. You don't know.
Well, if you don't know who it is.
I mean,
like,
if you took away the Barbara Bush hair there, and like, mm.
it's your grandbaby.
It's crazy.
I would support him too.
Yeah. Oh, Harry, do whatever you want.
It's like you said, I mean, he's not next in line. His brother has 2 kids, I believe. So, and it's not like back in the day, I think that it only went to like the son. Obviously, she's the queen. So it's not,
Well, there's a.
because I think
We should
although-
watch The Crown again because we got to find out
we
what
never
the story
finished it. Yeah. It got
It's
boring.
so long. It's so long.
I'm sorry to all the fans out there, but it got boring for
I
me.
want to watch it.
Yeah, maybe we
Like, I
gotta
want to
try it
really pay
again.
attention, but
Just jump back into what.
you know what they should do? They
episode
should
we were in.
sprinkle a little Game of Thrones, like sprinkle a
That's
little
the
Witcher.
problem. We watched Game of Thrones, and it's like,
Yeah, I'm like, where's the
is this how it
backstabbing?
really happened?
Where's the real backstabbing? Where's Joffrey? Where are all these people? Where's the was
Queen
it
of Dragons.
Queen of Dragons? Maybe she was the Queen of Dragons. Okay, so we have her. So where's Jason Momoa? There was no Jason Momoa.
No, there was no Jason
There was
Momoa
no
back
Jason
then.
Momoa. Oh boy, Meghan, an
real life.
actress. Lived in oh, she lived in Toronto, so no wonder she wants to go back.
Ah,
I mean, well, from what I hear, I mean, Canada's beautiful, so she was in
Yeah.
Suits. It makes sense. It just makes sense.
one lingering issue who will pick up the bill for the couple security.
It could be tricky.
The Queen will probably still pay for it. It's her grandson. Come on.
Well, it's either that or they do halvesies with Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister. They might be like,
I don't know if he would like. Why would he pay for their security?
I don't know.
Eh.
Well, it's kind of important that they pick Canada, right, to live in. There's some value in that.
Probably safer, maybe there. I don't know. She also lived there before, so there's
It's a
reasons
good move.
behind it.
It's a
I
good
guess.
move. I feel like well, I've never been to England, so I don't want to upset anybody, but to me it seems like Canada's less gloomy. I feel like a lot of the
Weather-wise?
shots that I've seen from England is always like
Rainy,
raining
like
and,
Seattle.
Yeah, it's like gloomy.
Maybe I don't know.
Um,
I don't know. I've seen other parts that always
but you
look
know,
sunny,
when
but
we
maybe
went to
it depends.
Seattle, it was not. I mean, we only went for like 5 days.
We went for
but
5 days, and there was a day that it was the morning was like foggy and rainy, and but then it turned out beautiful. So I don't know, but I do hear like somebody posted the other day. Somebody I follow lives north of Seattle or something, and she said it's very gloomy over there right now. So
Where in?
like north of
Vancouver?
Seattle. No, north of Seattle.
I mean, Canada's like right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you can
I mean,
throw a
she's still
rock
in
into that.
Washington. I just don't know the city that she lives in.
I guess. I mean, it makes sense. It's a beautiful place, and I feel like it's still pretty tied in with England.
Well,
So-
they're going to spend half and half, it says. So I guess we'll see. I'm sure they're going to follow. They're going to follow them as to when they go back and all that stuff.
I feel like there's a volcano. Oh, dear God. Did it blow up again?
So much going on right now.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well,
Do you
First-
want to continue the recording and see if we just keep talking about something else and then just stop this one?
no, I think we talked a little bit, so we can test it out, check it out.
Peace!
Peace, peace.